leaves burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love me, go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love me, let her go. And you let her go, but you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love me, let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love me, let her go.
What's good?
And you let her go, but you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love me, let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. And you let her go, but you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love me, let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love me, let her go. And you let her go, but you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love me, let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only know you love me, let her go. And you let her go, but you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to
I don't
snow.
see any more
Only
comments.
know you love me, let her go.
Oh, those are from earlier.
Only know you've been
Yeah, I was supposed to go live 12 hours ago at 9 o'clock this morning, but a little busy day today, but figured I'd come live and to clear this stream off and try not to leave anybody hanging. So, what's up, everybody? I should have deleted it and redid the stream because it's just kind of like idle in the abyss. But let me see if I can share it on the whatever. I got a little bit of about a half hour. I figured I'd do a stream real quick. Go ahead and do it like this. Should do it. Okay. Go back. Come back. And go back. Back, go back. So shout out to all you guys, and so yeah. So what's good? Got a little bit of time to spare. Hope everybody had a beautiful day. You know, in the wild, wonderful world of 322 now. Today was 1223. And then, you know, so these numbers are significant to them, not us. What's good, Daria? Shout out to you. But yeah. Hold on 1 second. What I originally wanted to talk about, you know, I woke up this morning thinking and thinking about stuff. So topics change. Bomb cyclone heading west. Machete attack, Times Square. Winter storms. What was the one story I wanted to see? I saw earlier. Oh, well, I was gonna do a video. I was gonna do a video on that alone, but damn it, I'm on the wrong phone. Oh no, I got the other phone. But if anyone didn't know, in the Virgin Islands, there's this bitch that been giving a brother of mine a hard time in the Virgin Islands. He's been ruffling feathers down there in the Virgin Islands fighting for indigenous people, and but there's one bitch, and her name is Attorney General Denise George. You can look it up. No mainstream media is covering it. Why? Because it has to do with Jeffrey Epstein and child trafficking. But this bitch was terminated today. So just Google Denise George of the Virgin Islands. Bitch is a psychopath at the highest fucking degree. This bitch is a woman of the color black that they put in there and just oh my God. They put a black face in there to just ravage the indigenous people in the area. And that's what they do. She turned a blind eye to a lot of the sex trafficking. Jeffrey Epstein, millions and millions of dollars. She's tied to shit with Chase Bank and Little Epstein Island there in his estate. A lot of crooked shit. And yeah, so look up this bitch, Denise George. So yeah, you won't see this on mainstream media. I'm actually going to do a video about it. I'm going to do a video about it and just read the article from the paper in the Virgin Islands. But yeah, psychopath at the highest order with the color skin they like to call black, just to try to dupe people out. But yeah. So anyways, so yeah, that's one of the things I want to talk about. Yeah. And also, hold on one second, guys. Yeah. You know what is weird? Something struck me and listened to Maddest Mouse again. I used to listen to him so much. I wrote a college paper on him in the early 20,000. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. So, yeah, well, the thumbnail I got on here is head in the south direction. Probably nobody really knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Probably think I'm saying head south. That's where our energy is being pulled anyway is to the southern direction, the tropical environments. But no, this was about, I saw somebody post some shit about a baby, you leave a baby in a crib and they're gonna toss and turn until their face the north. And I'm like, what the fuck? I said, I already know that's, I'm like, I knew that. I was like, no. So it just sparked me to make this video. Like the baby will maneuver itself to face north. What the fuck kind of disinformation bullshit is that? Like some of these platforms are just full of just straight disinformation, and people believe anything. They believe anything they see. If it's on, on like Facebook, it'd be shit that from 5 years ago. They be like, oh, look at this story. So sad. I'm like, fucking 5 years ago. What the fuck is wrong with people? Have like 25,000 views and 3,000 shares. I'm like, these fucking people are so stupid. I'm like, this shit was years ago. Like, what the hell? So, yeah. And this comes into, this is, like 5,000-year-old knowledge. It actually is where feng shui, if you know what feng shui is, this is actually where feng shui came from. And it's the, it's that, obviously our body is tuned to the earth and the universe, sun, moon, and stars, and all that shit. And it's called the Vastu Shastra. And you're supposed to sleep with your head pointed southward. Now, this is something that like you innately are starting to realize when you get more natural. You'll want to have your room, where the window, where the sun is rising. You'll want to have, your bed, facing a certain way, But a lot of people don't know this shit is detrimental to your health. What do you trust? New science or ancient knowledge that's well fucking known, where they actually built cities, mounds, all kind of burial shit, like architecture is based on these principles of the Vastu Shastra. Structures, positions in rooms, all kind of shit. There's even real estate. There's actually a high-end real estate that promote that when they build houses. People pay big money for this shit. Those that know. And usually a lot of people that know get the best health, the best things, and they hide them from us. And people wonder why we're sick, we can't sleep, certain different things. And it's just simple as, we're not even doing the right things. We're not even doing the right things. We're so out of balance, it's not even funny. So that's where that thumbnail came from. And it was sparked off somebody saying, you gotta sleep facing north. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, something I studied a while ago, studying circadian rhythm, feng shui, the Vastu Shastra, same shit. And my position is my bed is positioned with the headboard facing, southwest and south, which are the best directions for your sleep, because you got to remember, when you toss and turn, you want to be facing in those directions as well. All right. We are connected. This is why, you could go some places, and when you stay somewhere, you're like, damn, I slept like shit. Well, you got one direction where you're sleeping. Unbeknownst to you, your bed at home might be facing the right way, and you slept somewhere else and you're facing the wrong way. Another thing is, if your feet in the bottom of your bed is in front of, and this is feng shui, and this is feng shui also. If your bed is facing towards the door, that's fucking bad luck, bad energy. That's like a cough. That's like a coffin. That's really bad luck. Like your bed, the foot of your bed should not be facing your door. Plus, it's an insecure. It's an insecure thing. It's just bad luck, whatever you want to call it, bad energy. Your bed should not be facing. Your feet of your bed should not be facing a doorway, at all. Um, these things affect you. Believe it or not, you can believe it or not, but these are old. They literally built fucking ancient structures off of this knowledge. So what do you tend to go with? You know? What's good, Josh? R35. A lot of new faces in here. 745i. A lot of numbers in here. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, and your bed should be sitting up higher. I believe it's more than 30 inches. That's your bed should be higher than 30 inches. Bed on the floor is a no-no. Certain objects, you shouldn't be in certain areas of a room. I got altars and shit, energy vortexes all through the house. And, what the fuck is hard for me to see? So a lot of stuff. And, I just want to share that with you. Just look up Vasta Shastra and, it'll blow your mind. That's ancient Indian knowledge. And like I said, a lot of stuff came from ancient Indian knowledge, ancient Asia, which a lot of, Chinese culture, it's kind of synopsis with it. Yeah, and ancient knowledge beats science. It really does. Because when you go back in our books, it actually was once using that, and they kind of they figured out, well, we can fucking control people and switch people and benefit and whatever the fuck else they sick psychopaths decided to do, steal it, harness it, and sell it to us. So. This is what they do. So yeah, picking my sons up from the YMCA. So yeah, I just wanted to share that, your positions, it's really important, because it's an arrangement of space, geometry. And, the reason why it's so important is because they knew as above, so below. This is something they knew. And think about it. The as above, so below people hide this shit from us. It's occult knowledge. It's hidden. Why do they hide it? To control us, to make us weak, illegitimate, sick, disoriented, confused, all these different things. These people, do to us to have us off balance, and people wonder why they have poor health, all these little things. And like I said, man, honestly, I honestly would say 40% of health is diet. Right around that 40, less than 50% is diet, what you eat. All right. What you eat is not, it doesn't, if you're in the wrong elements, wrong, ley lines, positions, everything in between. Shut off. All right, there we go. We're good. Are we good now? Just interrupted my stream for a second. Are we good now? Give me a thumbs up if we're good. No. Get home. Drink water. All right, let me know. Okay, thanks, Amy, too. So, I mean, go Google some of the structures in ancient India, the Buddhist temples. There's a place called the World Heritage Site. I mean, this place is beautiful. I mean, India has some of the beautifulest structures on the planet. It's just, you just look at it like, how the fuck did they even build that? You know, when you start looking at like, you look at Chinese, that shit's amazing. You look at Mexico, uh, Africa, some shit in Africa, but they pretty much blew up and destroyed all the shit in Africa. But you look at some of these places where the old Syria, and this shit'll blow your goddamn mind, like the architectural designs of these places, man. You know, Sri Lanka has some beautiful architecture, but you go to India and some of them, and Pakistan, you know, they done destroyed fucking Iraq and they destroyed all these other fucking places, but you know, and we all know what they were doing to Syria. Oh, magically there's a war against Syria, but they're blowing up fucking ancient artifacts. Like, no, they're just trying to erase and hide true history from us, because if we ever found out certain things, this you know, it's like Transformers. There's keys all over the world, and when these keys come together, their power is 100% over. And a lot of the keys to this reality and the truth, or whatever you want to call it, is in Syria. You know, the oldest artifacts on the planet are in Syria. People say, "Oh, the Vatican." Fuck, you think you think these motherfuckers actually stole everything from everybody? No, they didn't. All right, they don't got everything. You know, they don't got everything like people say. Oh, the Vatican this. How the fuck you know? You there? I mean, I ain't saying I know shit, but I do some research, and how the fuck you gonna come take some of this shit from these people? It ain't happening. You know, these shits are protected by energies. You want to talk about energy, frequency, and vibration and all that shit? People think like, oh, the Vatican controls. They have everything. They have all the ancient. No, the fuck they don't. Do you know there's power behind this shit? That these motherfuckers know if they go try near this shit, something gonna happen to them. They know they can't touch it in that way. It's got to be given to them. You know, they done tried to blow it up and do all this other shit and go in, and they can't even take Syria. Why they can't? It's some spiritual shit that's powerful that they just can't figure this shit out. You know, why ain't they fucking with India like they are? Why is it they just ravaging India and some of these places? Because it's certain energy, man. These people, this ancient understanding is there and well. You know, they try to throw us all these things like, oh, it's this, it's, you know, third world country, it's this, it's that. It's not. These motherfuckers are living how they're supposed to be living in some of these places. You know, so, you know, people get it twisted. You know how to, oh, you're a complete psychopath. You're going to go in here. No, they know that there's repercussions if you do some of this shit. You know, this is spiritual warfare. What's good, John, Brian? Yeah, we're in a matrix. So, you know, go check out some of that ancient architecture in India. You know, look at ancient architecture in China. Look at ancient architecture all over the world. Mexico. There's other places that I just ain't flowing off the top of my fucking brain right now. You know? I mean, it's amazing. And these things are structurally still standing, looking beautiful, amazing, strategic placements. You know, there's no fluke that DC has positioned its buildings the way they position their buildings, because they knew some of this knowledge and they built it. Therefore, they know, you know, they know to paint the White House white and always keep it white no matter what. Have all the white people in there. They threw a black president in there so the people that their program won't say, well, we're doing all this cancel culture. Why don't we stop calling it the White House and change it? Why let's call it the Black House? Hell no, because they know they use black magic, and they know that white deflects certain energy. They ain't never gonna change the White House name. They ain't never gonna paint the bitch other than what it is. It ain't really white, but it has a light stone. But they better believe they're gonna call it white, you know, because they understand white magic and black magic. They understand these polarities. So that White House is gonna stay a White House, you know. So yeah, so just something I was just bringing to attention of, you know, like I said, 40 to 50% is food. The rest is what we do to our body, the elements, the people we're around, our environment, and things of that nature. You know, so positions in our house, we all know frequencies, Wi-Fi, TVs, all that shit. Like if you got a TV at the foot of your bed or a mirror, that is just not good at all. You know, to have a foot at the foot of your bed, these things. And if you do have a television, you got to have it up, that it's not in your foot position, but it has to be raised above, because it's like a mirror. So you don't want a mirror reflecting back at you, you know, in your room, at the foot of you, or at the headboard. You're not supposed to have that, you know. So these are just some things that, you know, bring to attention, and that do affect the way we sleep, stuff like that. And you know, and you know, windows are important. You don't ever want your bed against a window also. So yeah, there's a lot of different things, points in your house, you know, or your wherever you live, you know. But you know, that's why, you know, you get higher beds. You want high ass beds. And then another thing is mattresses. We don't really want, you know, like springs, but you know, unfortunately, sometimes we gotta have them. But you know, it is what it is. What's good, Bend Over? Did y'all hear that? Brian almost got struck by lightning. On a side note, that was funny. Brian's breaking news is he was making a video and a fucking lightning bolt struck by him. And I'm like, yeah, that's a warning sign, motherfucker. I left a comment right on his channel, said, that's a goddamn warning for your ass to do right. You know, you get that close to lightning bolt, cacao, that's a warning sign. That ain't luck. That shit, that's telling you to get yourself right. I thought that was funny. I was laughing my ass off when he said, I almost got struck by lightning. I said, I ain't shocked. You know, I'm not shocked you almost got struck by lightning. Shit. And then he's like thinking it's cool. I'm just saying, it's just showing. You can't even see the signs when they almost struck your ass. Like, come on, man. That's a sign, you know. And like I said, it's their 322 year, so it's gonna be wicked. And you know, I ain't fucking around. I ain't fucking with their New Year's, none of that shit. Just picked my boys up from the Y. There was 1 million fucking people there on their new exercise and lose weight program, and you know, all their New Year's resolutions, which will fade away in about a month. You know, it just blows my fucking mind. This morning I was by the juice bar, Just Juice. Seen a whole group of people. Looked like they just came from the gym. Women, you know, toasting each other with the little juices and coffee, and I could just tell they had all new. I'm like, oh, they're New Year's resolution to work out, because I don't never see nobody over here this early like that. I said, oh, we won't see them in a month. They'll go right back to doing whatever the hell they're doing, because they're doing it at a time where there is no manifestation. You know, this is not a manifestation time. Matter of fact, I think we might be nearing a goddamn retrograde or some shit. You know, what effect that has on us. So, right, Daria, that's funny. I don't wish bad upon nobody, but give them a little joke. What how? Maybe it'll strike some sense into them. Little jolt ain't never hurt nobody. But if that ain't a sign that you ain't doing good, I don't know what else to tell you. I know if lightning bolt damn near strikes my ass, I'm gonna be checking. Okay, what the fuck am I not doing right? You know. So, but yeah. So our health is important, and head pointed south. If your bed's facing the wrong way, turn the other way. I mean, we do have a compass in our body. A lot of people don't understand that. We have equilibrium in our body. You know, I don't want to go into the whole earth shit, but the earth ain't what they tell us, and we can't go off of nothing that they're, this is the whole thing with the whole flat earth thing. We don't know. We ain't got no way of knowing. We can only go what we perceive and feel and look and understand from experimentation and shit like that, but we can't sit here and throw, these things out the window. We know, I mean, look, they make it sound so stupid. Flat Earth, you think of a pancake. We know it's not that. It has terrain. It has hills. It has elevation, which I like to call, it has vibration, is it a fucking, what they show us? No fucking, it's impossible. There's no way we can know that these people lie through their teeth and believe what they're showing us. When you go back in ancient history and start looking at the books, start looking at what all this shit, it just don't add up. There's no way we done wrapped us up into a fucking ball. It's just impossible. What do I know what it is? Fuck no. I don't have a clue what the shape of the earth is. I know it's in bad shape, but I know it's not what they told us. When you know you have equilibrium in your body, when you look at the earth, there's no fucking way nature is working off of that frequency. It's impossible. Trees grow upright. You never see a tree growing sideways. It just ain't gonna happen. Trees grow upright. When you go into the mountains and hills, you're never gonna see a lake laying on the side of a mountain. The water runs down the mountain. When the snow melts, the shit goes all the way down to it finds a level equilibrium. That's just what it is. People can call it flat, and then they get all bent out of shape because, it's a division tactic. They know we how the fuck they give us the information? How the fuck we gonna figure it out? So of course they're gonna use it to divide us. They're like, they can't figure it out. Let them fight over it. It's a division tactic, and it works. It works very well. So my opinion, it's just a fucked up shape, and we got to get it in shape. But I know from traveling a lot on land and being a lot of different places, there's no fucking way what they show us can add up. It's just fucking possible. It's just totally 100% impossible. So with that being said, even knowing north, south, east, and west, I mean, look at the fucking spinning globe. There's no way they came up with these configurations in ancient times with that understanding. It's fucking impossible. It's impossible. Their navigation, the way they did astrology, the way they understand the 5 elements of the planet, whatever you want to call it, playing it. All right. The way they figured out these elements, there's no way they figured that out on a ball. And people believe that shit because they just think flat earth shit is so stupid, which a lot of it is dumb and retarded, don't make no sense, but a lot of it makes a lot of goddamn sense. Makes more sense than when you actually go do it. When you look at both of them, you're like, damn, this one makes more sense than that one, and I see why it is the way it is. But I don't sit here and argue over it and do all that. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck what shape it is. It don't matter to me. All I know is what they show us is bullshit. That can't even possibly add up. There's no fucking way. It's impossible. It's impossible. In-fucking possible. And just simple. Water is an equilibrium. Your body has an equilibrium. There's no way shit that can be existing in nature and in animals and innately in us, that's like, it just don't work, man. We have an equilibrium in us where we can feel the slightest movement of anything. We can feel it. We have that ability. We can feel the movement. Just like people can be so far away from an earthquake and feel it. They get dizzy. Like, damn, I feel off. Damn, I feel so dizzy. You ain't know nothing, but there was a fucking earthquake, 500 miles away. You can feel every movement, okay? And if you say, oh, it's because we've been doing it so long, we're used to it. It's like, oh my God, how could you believe that shit? Because somebody told you? We don't know. So just leave it up for interpretation. We don't fucking know. I don't know, That's why I hate when people just argue about the shit, because we don't know. We can't take what they give us. It don't even make any sense. When you actually just stop, shut the fuck up and look at it, you're like, yeah, you know what? That shit doesn't make any sense. It don't make no sense at all. You know how I can see the moon for fucking 20 hours in a day? How does that make any sense? It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I can see the moon for fucking all these hours in a day. I'm a sky watcher. It don't make no sense. I know the sky moves, I know what everything they told us, sunset, sunrise, the plan. I mean, they're just telling us, on the slick tip. The sun moves across the sky and the moon moves across the sky. I'm like, okay, well, why don't they tell us and say that, no, the earth is rotating away from the moon and the earth is rotating away from the sky? Because, come on, man, the gig is up. You got a sundial. Look at how a sundial is built. There's no fucking way that it would make sense if it was what they told us. It just don't fucking work. Just like the solstice. That wouldn't make any sense at all. It just wouldn't make no sense. They try to make it make sense, but it don't make no fucking sense whatsoever. None. Oh, the earth tilts in this way, and then it sits this way, and then it starts to move and rotate back that way, and the axis and all this other shit. Man, come on with that shit. How do they know this? Did they get out and put the earth in their fucking hand? Like, how do they even know this? Nobody questions how the fuck do they know? I visited the Kennedy Space Center and look at the actual shit that they said flew. I'm like, you mean to tell me they flew up there in this Pepsi can? It's impossible. And when you look at the science that they said, the heat, the speed, I'm like, this shit gets dropped off the Empire State Building, it ain't gonna make it. And then miraculously, they always show it in the ocean. I've been down, watched 3 shuttle launches. One of them I had a P900 camera, and then I'm like, wait, this is weird. The military's here, and it's making sure the boating forecast says no boats in the water. Then the military comes and makes sure there's no boats and shit in the fucking water. Why do they do that? Oh, because of security reasons. No, bitch, because that shit's gonna fall in the fucking ocean, and they don't want nobody to see the shit. You clearly can watch the rocket go up, curve over, go out of sight. I know goddamn what a bitch went in the goddamn ocean. That's why they always show the astronauts in the ocean, because that's all they could show. Like, come on, man, this shit is so stupid. How can we believe anything these fucking people say? It don't even make any sense. I don't sit here and just listen. I try to do shit. I'm like, let's go watch some shuttle launches. Let's watch this shit. Oh, the shuttle glider, it glides in. But there's video of the shit landing, and everybody says, oh, yeah, there's engines on it. But NASA say it's a fucking glider. And then Obama grounds the fucking spaceship fleet. Why? Oh, because technology got too fucking much. They can't risk their fucking bullshit spy scam program, which is why the bottom of the fucking shuttle is black, so you can't see the bitch. I mean, come on. That shit flew around taking fucking pictures, pretending it was in space. Russia, there's still people that visit the Russia space program that they abandoned because they realized, what the fuck, this is bullshit. And just left the shit there. Come on, shuttles are intact where people go fucking do abandoned place visits. Like, what the fuck? That shit should be top secret. They just left it there like it was nothing. Because it must not be important because it was all bullshit. And some countries don't even teach you about you can go to fucking space. They said that's Americans. They got Americans believe that shit. Americans are locked into American mind, American prison. They don't realize that there's other cultures that are totally different than the United States that have a totally different matrix than we do. They're programmed different. They work different. They think different. Their language is different. Their history is different. Their culture is different. And American dumb fucking people can't understand that. They think and judge everything from the American-minded point of view, you know? And that's another thing that people got to realize, like, how the fuck you can't judge what is happening. Oh, God. Okay. I'm back to the crib and the food is done. But you can't judge, all right, your perception and someone else's perception from a whole nother fucking reality. It's like night and day. It's totally different. It's basically a whole nother program. It's like if you have use a car, for instance. If you have a fucking Audi, and then you have a Ford, and then you have a computer system, they're going to be totally fucking different. They're going to look the same. They're four wheels, but these whole components and these fucking shits are going to be totally different. Totally, they're just totally programmed in a different way. You can't run the same program on each one. And that's how it is with another person from a whole nother culture, whole nother landmass. It's different. And Americans are so dumb they can't perceive that notion. You know what I'm saying? Just like those people can't put themselves in our shoes. They can't understand what it is to be a fucking dumbass American with all this freedom and fucking firearms and firepower. We let the government do whatever the fuck to us when they're over there and they know what the governments do and they wish they had all that shit, because they would be like, yeah, we would fuck this government up if we had what they had. We would take these motherfuckers clean out of power if we had the ability that these Americans have. And Americans just don't understand that. So then, I got off into a tangent, but it goes into understanding health in the body. You know what I'm saying? Even some of these people have lost their ways, but it's still there. They know about it, you know? But anyways, um, you know, uh, you know, sorry to get off on a tangent. Yeah, they have way older knowledge than we got. Way fucking older, way older knowledge, and that's what I like to go into and try to get into. Not like all the, I don't give a fuck what they was living. I want to know how they fucking survive. I want to know, I want to see things that I could bring into understanding where we at today. Like, I don't need to know all the what the fuck they were doing and what this mean. I want to know how this shit could benefit me today. And if it's something simple as a position of my body, guess what that just takes? That don't take any effort. People like trying to be all the super intelligent, all this other shit. You know what? I ain't got time for all that shit, because I ain't never gonna figure that shit the fuck out. But this shit right here, it could benefit me in some way, benefit my family in some way. It can make a change. And I've done this with many things in my life, and it has created a change. It has created an understanding. So, it just is what it is. But I got to get off here now. This was a short stream, but I just wanted to come on because I was supposed to come on earlier, but it was a busy day. But shout out to all you guys, Daria, NGNNLF231. Shout out to you. Never seen you before, but it's good to see you. Bend over. Amy too cracked their code. Shout out to you, and then all the other comments when the phone called got discombobulated. But I'm about to go grub, and peace and love. Thanks. Shout out to you. Oh, you are Joshua. Okay. Shout out to you, and yeah, much love, and I'll talk to y'all later.